What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. The mutation is upon us. That is what I'm calling the remixed and remastered version of Mutant. To me, that sounds like a better name, but I didn't get to name it. So I figured with the release coming up, it was a good enough a time as any to take a look at Mutant. But since Mutant is Volume 2, we might as well go ahead and take a look at fucking Man's Myth, which is Volume 1, which was released in 2005. This is a concept album with the theme or concept of the album being Man's Myth. You have all the urban legends, you have tall tales, you have conspiracies, you have superstition, all of man's myths to keep you scared, to keep you afraid. You know, society's way of keeping you in line, I guess you could say. What a great concept. I thought it was really fucking awesome. Actually, Man's Myth is the very first Twiztid album I heard from front to back. I had only heard songs, different random songs. I had heard We Don't Die, Fall Apart, Fuck on the First Date, and Story of Our Lives. And I ended up picking up Man's Myth, Mutant, and Mirror Mirror in the spring of 2007. And I ended up listening to Man's Myth first because I loved Story of Our Lives so much. So this is actually the very first Twiztid album I ever heard all the way through from front to back. And, you know, I fucking love it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back with the track listings. The track listings are Introduction, Karma, Story of Our Lives, Won't Die, Get It Right, So High, Off the Chain, Controversy, Get Ready, Fuck You, Feel This, Entity, The Argument, and there is a bonus track. This says bonus flavor, but I've actually found it online, this bonus track, I've actually found it online labeled as I got 5 on it or 5 on it, but for some reason I've always just titled it bonus flavor because that's just what the fucking CD says. My favorite tracks on this CD, right off the bat, I mean, like I said, Story of Our Lives is what drew me to this album and what made me listen to this one first. And, you know, made this be the way that I lost my virginity to Twiztid, my ear virginity. But Karma is a really great track. So High is awesome. Get It Right, Won't Die, Entity, Feel This, The Argument. I mean, a lot of this album is really great. For me, it kind of slows down. I mean, I love listening to it. You get about to Off the Chain and it slows down a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of Controversy. Get Ready is a pretty good track. One thing I will go ahead and kind of plug real quick, if you did not know, is there are actually reverse messages in this album on Karma, on Get It Right, and Get Ready. There are 3 reverse messages in total to this album. Oh, and the introduction has one too. I forgot about the introduction. So I'm going to plug a link to Carnival Spirits. You can go check it out and hear those reverse messages. Definitely do so. It's pretty fucking dope. But yeah, that's my favorite tracks. Karma, Story of Our Lives, Won't Die, So High. I'm going to label those. You know, I usually pick 4 or 5. That was 4? Yeah, that was 4. So Entity is my 5th favorite. So definitely a fucking dope album. Let's go ahead and take a look on the inside. There is the CD with the track listings right there. Pretty cool. This also came with a bonus DVD. And the bonus DVD actually has The Gathering of the Juggalos 2004 highlights. It's got Behind Man's Myth. Sorry, I had to think there for a second. Has Behind Man's Myth, son of a bitch, which is a little documentary that they put together. It kind of details their discography up to this point, which is a little it's a pretty cool little documentary to watch. So and then the last thing it's got a segment for lyrics where you can click on it and select different songs and it'll play the instrumental for the song and just the lyrics will stream up the screen like that and you can fucking sing along to it. So it's pretty dope. Right here is your credits to all the tracks. So, and see, even there it says bonus flavor. It doesn't actually. So I don't know where people found that that's what the song was called. I don't know. I mean, everywhere it just says bonus flavor, so that's fucking what I called the song. But taking a look on the inside is pretty cool. You know, this is Man's Myth, and I'm not going to read this to you. I'm sorry. I know I probably should. You got a plug here for Volume 2, Mutant. There are 2 sides to every story, which is why we're looking at Man's Myth, because we were going to review Mutant, but we got to fucking see the first side of the story, right? you know, and it just going through this book is pretty cool. It's just some of the different man's myths that have been, you know, put out there. This is really cool. Fairy tales. So I think this is supposed to be like a conspiracy, maybe. This is, I'm going to say this is like, I don't fucking know what you would say these two are. Religion, maybe. Religion here. And politics. And that would lead into politics. I don't know. Then you've got, this would kind of tie into conspiracy as well, because, you know, they're hiding UFOs and shit from people. Then, of course, there's the superstition. But, you know, this basically just kind of goes over the different man's myth that society has created to keep you afraid, or the government, who knows. So this is pretty cool. And one thing I always thought was pretty fucking awesome in this, and I don't know why this fucking just tickles me. I don't know if I should be saying that. That sounds fucked up. But right up here in this fucking corner, I just bumped the shit out of my tripod. Right here, you actually have Adam Savage and Jamie, whatever his last name is, from the Mythbusters from the Discovery Channel. I thought that, for some reason, I just thought that was cool that they put that in there. They name an album Man's Myth and then put a fucking photo of the Mythbusters in there. I thought that was dope. But, you know, then you got promos for the action figures, the Rotocast action figures, and, you know, upcoming projects and in store now. This right here never fucking came to be. It's another one of those projects that just never came out. And actually, I know a couple times they've been asked about it at the gathering, and they just basically said they have no desire to do the Purple Show. So there you guys go. That is kind of a sweet little short little review of Man's Myth. I actually love this album a lot. I don't bump it as often as I used to, just because I've branched out so much into the rest of Twiztid's discography, but it's definitely still a good one. I still label it a favorite. So pick it up if you do not have it. I would give, you know, I don't know why I do these ratings, but if I was going to rate it, I would give it easily a 4 out of 5. So thanks for watching, y'all. Stick around for Mutant, which is getting ready to drop now. You can go ahead and just, I'm playing around with annotations more. Go ahead and click right here. There's going to be a fucking bubble. You go ahead and click this and go watch the review for Mutant. So thanks for watching this, y'all. Go watch that, and I'll see you guys next time.